guys, so today I'm going to show you how to install the whine tube onto an 11 to 14 Raptor. Mine has a Roush Stage 2 Supercharger on it, and I wanted a little bit more sound to come out of the motor, a little more supercharger whine because it's very faint, and I just wanted some more. So I found this product. It's a sound tube by FosterSCmods, and they give you everything you need to pipe sound from your intake tube into the cab. So in this kit, you receive a sound tube that goes from your intake tube through the firewall and into the cabin. And so as you can see, this is a really nice coolant hose with a full braid around this to protect the hose, as well as sealed ends here and here. And you get a male inlet fitting. And then along with that, you get your cap for the inside of the truck. So this is basically a little plastic membrane that the sound is going to travel through into the cabin, and it's going to serve as a seal but also as kind of like a speaker. So the sound is going to come through this and travel through this membrane, which is just a pretty thin piece of clear plastic. You get 2 zip ties, 2 seals, a 90-degree fitting for your intake tube. You get some grease to lube up your ends before you stick them in the intake tube through the seals. You get a hole saw, the correct size to drill through your firewall and your intake tube. And then you get a sticker and a little business card, as well as a razor blade for anything you might need. So let's get into the install. I'm going to install it myself, and I'll kind of show you a little before and after. Before when the truck didn't have the whine mod on it, and after when it does. I believe that there's going to be an incredible difference between the two, as the factory Roush calibration does not offer much sound out of the supercharger at all. So basically what we're doing here is routing this tube from our intake tube here through the firewall and into the cab. So it's a speaker resonating through the firewall to increase supercharger sound directly from the supercharger. So it is completely natural, it's just we're piping it into the cabin. So we're gonna remove the air intake here, and then we're gonna be drilling from the inside of the firewall. When you buy this kit, they send you the instructions over email, and it's a very detailed list of everything that you need to know on how to install it, as well as little tips and tricks that they figured out. Alrighty. So in this picture you can see the diaphragm poking out from the firewall is that little cap that I mentioned earlier with the membrane on it. So that guy is just poking through the firewall with the clear plastic diaphragm poking out. And then this next picture is in relation to the gas pedal, kind of where I had to put it. You can see that it pokes out below the steering column, where that main steering shaft is poking through. It's down and to the left, and it should have no problem on the back side of the firewall rubbing with anything heat related or any exhaust components or anything like that. The tube was just the right length, and it poked through the other side onto the inlet tube, and we attached the fittings together. Alright guys, so we installed the whine tube. Basically it pops out there, see it, the green, to the intake tube, and then we routed it down towards the firewall. It's really hard to see, but you can see the braided cable there. And then we routed it through the firewall. And show you the inside of the truck here. So this blue masking tape, we peel it off, and that's our whine tube. Alright guys, so we're gonna do the first start, see if we can hear it. You hear that? That's really interesting. You can hear the intake too. There's a lot more intake sound, that's for sure. You can definitely tell it's piped right here. after the whine tube mod. Start off with a little second gear pull. Major increase in whine. Before you couldn't even hear it, and now you get it just pumped to your feet. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the review of the FosterSCmods whine tube. I definitely think that it's a 1000% better increase in supercharger whine sound into the cab over stock. It definitely increases the overall noise of the throttle body and the airflow as well. So just to beware that when you are driving down the highway and just any throttle input is gonna have some feedback into the cab. So it's not bad, it's just noticeable. So, but the install was not that hard. You're just doing some drilling through the firewall and drilling through your intake tube, so it's kind of irreversible, but it definitely is an increase in supercharger whine if that's what you're looking for. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment below or contact me, and I will hopefully answer your questions. If you would like to purchase this whine tube, use Raptor 6 at checkout on FosterSCmods.com to get 6% off of your purchase. And I hope you guys enjoy, and if you guys have any questions on how to install it or anything, just give me either a direct message or a comment below. So thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a nice rest of your night.